Hello students, welcome you back in the next lecture of Mathematics 1. Till now we have completed 4 chapters and today we are starting with 5th chapter. The name of the 5th chapter is Probability. In this chapter we are going to see the introduction of the word probability. What is the meaning of probability? Because this topic you have never studied before. Okay, so this topic is new to you, but it is very easy topic. This is easy chapter and small chapter. You will like this chapter very much. Then after probability we are going to see the meaning of random experiment and its outcomes. So here we are going to discuss different experiments and we are going to see their outcomes. Then we are going to learn about sample, space and event. Okay. Then the last part here is to find the probability of the particular event. Okay, so let us start with probability. Let us try to understand what is the meaning of probability. So in our day-to-day life, we use these words in our daily conversation to express the probability or possibility. That most probably this will happen, that will happen. I may come, I may not come. So maybe the word is used impossible, sure, nearly, 50-50. Okay. So all these words we are using in our daily conversation to express the possibility or the probability. Okay. So here we are reading some statements. They are regarding the predictions. Predictions means what? Possibilities for the future. We are predicting some things that this will happen or this will not happen. Okay. So the statement is most probability the rain will start today. Okay. So this is one statement. That means we can say that today it is going to rain. Then the next is the inflation is likely to rise. You know the word inflation you have studied in geography. So this is also a possibility. It is impossible to defeat Indian cricket team in the next match. So this is also a possibility or prediction that you are doing. Then I will surely get first class. There is no possibility of polio infection if a child is given the polio vaccine in time. So these all statements, they give us the predictions or they give us the possibilities of for the future. So all these words, see, probably, likely, impossible, surely, no possibility. So all these words we use to express possibility. Okay. Let us go further. Now here the one event is shown and you can see the event is from cricket match. Before starting of every cricket match there is a toss. Okay, so you can see a toss here. So what are the possibilities when the coin is tossed? So first possibility is what? Either you are going to get head, and the second possibility is what? You are going to get, either you will get head or you will get tail. Okay, so this is the possibility. So in this way you have two possibilities. Okay, so this is also an event or this is one experiment which is done before every cricket match, that the coin is tossed and then one captain is saying head, other is saying tail, and one of the captain wins. Okay, so this is a one experiment or you can say this is one event. Okay, so here in this, already before tossing the coin, the outcomes are known to us. That means the results are known to us, that either it can be head or it can be tail. But we cannot predict in advance that who is going to get head and who is going to get tail. Okay, or the upper side of the coin will have head or will have tail. So such experiments here, they are called as what? Random experiments, in which the outcomes are already known but we cannot predict the exact outcome. Okay, so this is example of one probability or one possibility here. Okay, let us go further. So as I have said, from this we can understand the meaning of random experiment. So the experiment in which all possible results are known in advance, but none of them can be predicted with certainty, and there is equal possibility for each result, is known as a random experiment. Like when we toss a coin, we know the possible results already, head and tail, but certainly we cannot say that what is going to appear on the upper face. And the possibility here is 50-50, either head or tail. Okay, so the possibility is 50-50 here, but we cannot predict exactly that what is going to come on the upper face. So such experiment is called as random experiment. So there are many examples, as I have said, tossing the coin, then throwing a die. Okay, when you play Ludo, when you play snakes and ladders, you throw a die. You know that there are 6 faces and on that 1 to 6 numbers are there. So the possibility of every number is same. But you cannot say that I will get the number 2 on the upper face or I will get 6 on the upper face. Then picking a card from the set of cards bearing numbers 1 to 50. That means you have 50 cards and on that 1 to 50 numbers are written and you have to pick any one card randomly. So you cannot say that which number you will have on your card. Okay. But you can certainly say that the number will be between 1 to 50. Correct? That means it will start from 1 and will end at 1. So any one number in between is possible there. But which number, that we cannot say certainly. Then one more is given here, that picking a card from the pack of well shuffled playing cards. You know that the playing cards, there are 52 playing cards. 13 of each type. There are 4 different types of cards. So when the pack is well shuffled, we cannot say that which card can be picked up. But certainly you can say that out of those 52 cards, the card will be there. No other card is possible there. Okay. So all these are called as what? Random experiments. So here the results are already known to us in advance, but we cannot predict them with certainty. Okay. Let us go further now. Here the next concept is outcome. As I have said that the results we know already, and those results are called as what? Outcomes. Like when the coin is tossed, the outcomes are what? Head or tail. Okay, in the random experiment of tossing a coin, there are only 2 outcomes, head or tail. When you throw a die, then there are 6 outcomes. That means the numbers on the written or number of dots on the 6 faces of the die, they are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So any one number is going to appear. So we know this, and these are called as what? Outcomes. Then for the random experiment of picking a card bearing the numbers from 1 to 50, there are 50 outcomes because we have 50 cards. So we have 50 numbers. So our number of outcomes are how many? 50. Okay. Next, fourth one. A card is drawn randomly from the pack of well shuffled playing cards. So as I have said, there are 52 cards in a pack. So how those cards are divided, try to understand. This is important part because you have questions based on this. So total cards are 52. Out of that there are 26 red cards and 26 black cards. So from the red cards, there are 13 heart cards and 13 diamond cards. See the shape here. Heart cards and diamond cards. And then for the black cards, there are 13 club cards and 13 spade cards. Okay. So here there are 4 sets and they are named as heart, diamond, club and spade. Then here we have 13 cards of each type, and those cards are king, queen, jack and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and S. Okay, so these are 13 cards. Yes, or you say ekka in that. Okay, in Marathi we say ekka in that from the cards. Okay, so here king, queen and jack, they are called as what? Face cards, because we can see the face there. Okay, so here in each pack of card there are 4 cards of king, 4 cards of queen and 4 cards of jack. So 4 plus 4 plus 4, there are total 12 face cards. Okay, and here these cards 10 to 2, they are called as what? Number cards, because they have numbers on that. Okay, so there are 12 face cards in the pack. This way you can speak about the outcomes from the well shuffled pack of the cards. Okay, so there are 52 outcomes, and how they are divided, that you have understood. Now let us go further. Next concept is equally likely outcomes. Okay, what is meaning of this? So take an example that when the die is thrown, you can get any number from 1 to 6. Okay, it can be 1, it can be 2, but here the probability or the possibility that each number will occur is same. Okay, that is why it is called as what? Equally likely outcomes. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are going to come equally likely. That one number will not come again and again, or it is not like that the one number is fixed on the die, that only the particular face only will come up often. Okay, so if it is done so, then we say that the die is biased. But if it is not done so, then we say that a die is a fair or unbiased die. Okay, so if it is not designed for a particular purpose, then it is unbiased die, or it is called as a fair die. So if the die is biased, then the outcomes are not, or they will not occur equally. So here we have to assume that the objects used for random experiment are fair or unbiased. Then and then only we can solve the sum. So that is why you will find that in the question always you will have the word fair. Okay, that a fair die is thrown, like that. So that word is fair means what? Unbiased. Okay, so here the given number of outcomes are said to be equally likely if none of them occurs in preference to others. Like when we throw a die, we cannot say that 4 will appear many times. It is possibility that any 1 out of 6 will appear. Okay, so we cannot give the preference to any one number. Like when we toss the coin, as I have said, the possibility is 50-50. Either you are going to head or you are going to get tail. So the possibility is equal, or it's a 50-50. Okay, so here we can say that whenever in the experiments the objects are fair or unbiased, then the outcomes are equally likely. That every outcome is having the equal possibility. Okay, let us go further. From this, let us solve now practice set 5.1. Here simply you have to write down the number of possibilities that are there in each following cases. So we can solve this orally. Vanita knows the following sites in Maharashtra. She is planning to visit one of them in her summer vacation. So see, Ajanta, Mahabaleshwar, Lonar Sarovar, Tadoba Wildlife Sanctuary, Amboli, Raigad, Matheran, Anandavan. Okay, so see, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Here 8 places are shown. So how many possibilities are there? 8 possibilities. She is having 8 possibilities that she will visit to any one of these given places. So your answer is what? 8. Next, any day of week is selected randomly. So a week is having 7 days. So how many possibilities? 7 possibilities. Okay. So it is so simple that simply you have to write down the number of possibilities. Select one card from the pack of 52 cards. So answer is what? 52. Because there are 52 cards, so there are 52 possibilities. Next, one number from 10 to 20 is written on each card. Select one card randomly. Now 10 to 20. In hurry, what you will say? 20 minus 10 is 10. But if you count it properly from 10 to 20, you will find that there are 11 cards. Simply count and see because from 11 to 20, 10 cards are there. And one more extra card of written 10 from 10 to 20. Okay, so here, what is the answer? 11. If you select any one card randomly, the possibility are how many? 11 possibilities are there. So this way it was a simple practice set which you can solve orally, or such type of questions can be asked in MCQs, that what is the number of possibilities in the following experiments, that you can say. Correct? Let us go further now. Now the next concept is sample space. We have studied about the random experiments and we know what is the meaning of outcomes. So when these outcomes we write in the form of set, it is called as sample space. So what is the definition of sample space? The set of all possible outcomes of a random experiment is called sample space for that particular event or for that particular experiment. It is either denoted by S for sample space, or it is denoted by the letter omega. This stands for omega. It's a Greek letter omega. But we are not using omega, we are using S only here. Okay. Then here, you know that in sets, we write all the elements in the curly brackets. So same rule you are going to find here. You are going to write all the elements or outcomes in the curly brackets and you need to separate them by comma. So in set, we call those objects as elements, but now we are going to call them as sample points. That means every element of sample space is called as what? Sample point. So we have to follow the rule of writing sets here to write the sample space. And the number of sample points, that means the number of elements in the sample space S, are denoted by n of S. You know that number of elements in the set always we denote in this form, like n of A, n of B. So here we are going to write n of S, number of elements in sample space. Okay, and if n of S is finite, then that sample space is called as finite sample space. Here we are going to think only about finite sample space so that we can know all the possible outcomes here. So here we are going to have all the experiments where the sample space is finite. Okay. Let us go further. Now here let us discuss some examples of finite sample space which we are going to use to solve our problems. Okay. So here some experiments are given and sample space of those experiments are given and number of sample points are given. So first one is one coin is tossed. Okay. So there are two possibilities, head or tail. So for head you are going to write H and for tail you are going to write T, capital H and capital T. Okay, so see, S is written in curly brackets and the elements are separated by comma. Here also curly bracket should be there. There is a printing mistake in textbook. Please take a note of this. And 1 and 2. So n of S is 2 here. Okay. Then two coins are tossed. So here when one coin is tossed, 2 raised to 1. Two possibilities are there. When two coins are tossed, 2 raised to 2. 2 square. 4 possibilities are there. Okay. So how you are going to write it? See, H, That means both the heads, HT, TH or TT. Okay. So how many sample points? 4. So write down 4 here. Then 3 coins are tossed. So 2 raised to 3, 8. 2 cube is 8. So you will have 8 possibilities here. And all those possibilities are given here. H, H, H means all the 3 heads. Then here the next 3 are 2 heads and 1 tail. So tail on the last coin, tail on the middle coin and tail on the first coin. You have to keep this sequence in mind according to your convenience. I am going to give you more easy way of writing this sample space when we are going to solve the problems. Okay, this is from textbook. So here first all 3 heads, then the next 3 are 2 heads and 1 tail, and the place of tail is differing. The next 3 are 2 heads and 2 tails and 1 head. So here also the place of head is differing. See, here it is first, then second and then third, and finally all the 3 tails. So this way you are going to have 8 sample points here. N of S is 8. Then a die is thrown. So a die is having 6 faces and the number of dots, you know, 1 dot, 2 dot, 3 dots, 4 dots and so on. Okay. So the sample space we are going to write as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As I am saying, 6 outcomes and 1 die. So 6 raised to 1, 6 outcomes will come here. So N of S is 6 here. Write down. Then 2 dice are thrown. So 6 square, there are 36 outcomes. Okay, and always you will follow the same criteria to write down the sample space. See, the curly bracket is in the beginning of the first line and in the end of the 6th line. You are going to always make use of 6 lines like this only to write the sample space of 2 dice. So here in the first line you will write that 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, 1 5, 1 6. That means on the first die 1, second die also 1, then first die 1, second die 2. So all the possibilities that 1 appears on the first die and the remaining 6 numbers on the second die. Then 2 on the first die and remaining 6 numbers on the second die. Then 3 on the first die and remaining 6 numbers. Then 4, then 5, then 6. So this is what the criteria you are going to follow every time to write down this sample space. And number of sample points are 36. Okay. Let us go further. A card is drawn from the pack bearing the numbers from 1 to 25. So here there are 1 to 25. You may have 1 to 50 also. So there is no need to write all the numbers. You know the method to write the set. When the set is very big, we write few elements in the beginning or few sample points in the beginning, and then we put dot 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 and then we write down the final sample point. Okay, so you can make use of that. It is assumed that the remaining numbers are present in between. So here N of S is 25. And the last one here is a card is drawn from the well shuffled pack of 52 playing cards. So as I have said, you will write all the 4 types of cards: diamond, spade, heart, club. The sequence doesn't matter. You can use any sequence. Then you will start with S. Then you will write down all the numbered cards 2 to 10. And then the face cards Jack, Queen and King. So for diamond, these 13 outcomes. For space, 13. For heart, 13. For club, 13. So N of S is going to be 52. Okay. So now we have seen these sample spaces. Suppose one coin is tossed, we have written. But if the word comes that a coin is tossed twice, means only one coin is taken and it is tossed twice, or it is tossed thrice, then the number of outcomes are going to be same. That means 2 coins are tossed or a coin is tossed twice is one and the same. Okay, like you can say that 2 dice are thrown or a die is thrown twice, it is one and the same. So that meaning you should understand. So these 2 points are given by me. The sample space for a coin tossed twice is same as that of 2 coins are tossed simultaneously, and the same is true for 3 coins. Similarly, the sample space for a roll a die is rolled twice is same as two dice are rolled simultaneously. Okay, so these two types of words, they may appear in the problem, but the sample space is going to be same. So you have to take a note of that this is same. Okay, everything is given in textbook. I have explained you. Once again, you go through all the points so that you will feel this chapter very easy. Let us go further now. We are starting with practice set 5.2, depending on the knowledge of this practice set and all, sorry, sample space and all. So the first one, for each of the following experiments, write sample space S and the number of sample points NS. This may be a 1 mark question. So first one, a coin and a die are thrown simultaneously. So you know that coin is having two faces, head and tail, and a die is having 6 faces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have to write down the combinations here. So first we will take head and all the 6 numbers. Okay, so H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. Then we will take the second face, tail, and all the 6 combinations. So T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6. Always make use of these 2 lines and write in the same manner. So here the number of sample points are 12. 6 for head and 6 for tail. Okay, so N of S is 12 here. Then let us go further. Second one, 2-digit number are formed using digits 2, 3, 5 without repeating a digit. That means we cannot repeat the digit. 2, 2, 22 not allowed. 3, 3, 33 not allowed. Not to repeat the digits. Okay. So how many such numbers you can form here? So first you take 2 and 3. You are going to get 23. 2 and 5, 25. Then 3 and 2, 32. 3 and 5, 35. Then 5, 2, 52. And 5, 3, 53. Okay. So all these numbers we have written. Count them. That is your N of S is equal to 6. That means number of sample points are 6 here. Okay. So it is very easy. Write it down. Okay, let us go further towards the second question now. Second question. See, the arrow is rotated and it stops randomly on the disc. Find out on which color it may stop. So you can see this disc, and on this disc the colors are written. So here all these colors are going to give us the sample space. So see how many colors are there? 6 colors are there. There are total 6 colors on the disc, and therefore sample space S is red, orange, yellow, blue, green and purple. Write down all the 6 colors. As I have said, order is not important. You can write in any order. And therefore here N of S is 6. Number of sample points are 6. And when we rotate it, the arrow may stop on any one of the 6 colors. We cannot say certainly that it will stop on blue only. So it may stop on any one color out of these 6 colors. Okay. So it's very easy. Write it down. Okay, let us go towards next question, third question. So here in this question, the calendar is shown, the month of March 2019 is shown. And here they have told us to find the days on which the date is a multiple of 5. We have to find the days. Please note that we don't have to find the numbers. You are not going to write multiples of 5. You are going to write the days on which those multiples occur. Okay, so this page of calendar will help us. So multiples of 5 here in the month, you know that there are 30 days or 31 days. So the possible multiples of 5 are what? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30. So now see this page and you write down the days. That 5 is on which day? So from that you can write down the sample space. So see, 5 is on Tuesday, then 10 is on Sunday, 15 is on Friday, 20 is on Wednesday, then 25 is on Monday and 30 is on Saturday. So you have to write all these days as the sample space. Please note that these dates are not the sample space. Try to understand the question, find the days. So you need to write down the names of the days. So n of s is 6 here. And therefore we can write down the final answer as the days on which the date will be the multiple of 5 are Tuesday, Sunday, Friday, Wednesday, Monday and Saturday. Okay. So this way you can write down the answer. Let us discuss the last question here. Form a road safety committee of 2 from 2 boys. The boys are given as B1 and B2 and 2 girls G1 and G2. Complete the following activity to write the sample space. Okay. So committee of 2 boys, that means only boys should appear. So it's very easy. The answer is given B1 and B2. So committee of 2 boys B1 and B2. Committee of 2 girls G1 and G2. Committee of 1 boy and 1 girl. So first point is given B1 G1. That means first boy and first girl B1 G1. Then B1 G2. First boy second girl. Then second boy first girl and second boy and second girl. So all the possible are B1 G1, B1 G2, B2 G1 and B2 G2. So these are all possible outcomes, and from these we can write down the sample space by including all these sample points. Okay, so B1 B2, G1 G2, B1 G1, B1 G2, B2 G1 and B2 G2. So this is sample space with 6 sample points. Okay, so complete it. So students, today we are stopping here. In the next lecture we will learn more things about the events and sample points. Okay, so students, till that, stay home, stay safe, take care of yourself. Thank you students.